Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be checking out Super Puzzle Platformer Deluxe by Andrew Morrish and published by Adult Swim Games. This is, if you couldn't tell by the fairly deliberate naming scheme here, a puzzle platformer which is both Super and Deluxe, and is actually coming out on Steam this very day, or at least it should be, given that all things go as planned. The premise is fairly simple. Essentially, we are going to be in a pit, and there will be blocks dropping on us. Picture Tetris, only, we're a platformer character thrown into the mix of a Tetris block set of mayhem. Essentially, we're going to be trying to shoot our way out, avoiding various obstacles, hazards, and also trying to collect some crystals to upgrade our weapon, and not fall in the spikes, which happen to be at the very bottom of the whole mess. So let us get right into things. I have to say this game is very addictive. I've only spent a small amount of time with it, probably about 12 to 15 minutes, and in that short time I've gotten pretty hooked. We'll look at the options menu just briefly here. Our usual options here: full screen, effects quality, and sound effects, as well as controller map. That is all good stuff. We've got an album, and that's got our stats on it, our best times and such. And then the actual game modes are split up into single play, multiplayer, and challenges, which all unlock as we go. There are unlockable characters, and each character has some different powers to them. So far I've only unlocked 3 here, or rather 2, because the first one was obviously unlocked to begin with. Who's got a special of slow fall and fairly average abilities all around. The second guy is a ninja, which I can't help to see a little bit of a reference there to Super House of Dead Ninjas. Super House of Dead Ninjas, there is no "the" there, who's got a double jump and sweet shuriken, and then we've got a third character we haven't actually tried yet, who has a special for a jetpack, which might be pretty cool. Anyway, let's start with the standard character, give it a shot, and see how this goes. The goal for progression here to unlock each level is essentially we have to collect these giant crystals, or maybe more like gems or diamonds or something, that only happen after you've been alive in the game for a certain amount of time, or meet some sort of unknown condition. At least unknown to me. I've only spent, like I said, about 12 to 15 minutes, so I'm still figuring out myself, but it is very addictive. So let's check out some troublesome tech. And here's a little guy. He reminds me a little bit of Pushcat. I don't know if you guys saw that video I did, which is another kind of funny puzzle platformer, with a little bit of like a I wanna be the guy jumper flair to it, which is kind of funny. So if you hold down the jump button, you have a slow fall mechanic, which you would maybe picture sort of like the cape in Spelunky, and you're probably wondering why I'm not shooting any blocks. I should probably get to that. So basically we want to just combine these colors in as big a combo as possible, because the bigger the combo we can get, the more crystals result. And you'll see that level meter at the top just improved there. And maybe in a bit of a Super Crate Box-esque fashion, our weapons will change and improve with time here. My secondary fire, my secondary, gun that I get is essentially double as powerful in taking out these blocks. And I can get crushed by blocks as long as I'm on level 2 or higher, and it won't kill me instantly. But if I'm on level 1, I believe that does take me out, as well as landing on the spikes even once should finish me off. There are, of course, leaderboards. I saw a multiplayer component, so it looks like a lot of depth to this game and a lot of replayability. So I'm just going to try and keep stacking blocks here as best as I can and taking them out in clumps. If I can get something adjacent to that cannon at the bottom there we go. I should be able to take that out, and I just want to avoid walking in the path of that fire, which is, yeah, easier said than done. Funny how that happened to happen right at that moment. So my score was not particularly amazing here. I've done much better already, as you can see right on this leaderboard. Let's just try another round of the first level, because I think I can do better than that. I do want to shout out terrific soundtrack. I really love the music to this. It's got the title screen music reminded me a lot of like a Sega Genesis style soundtrack, but this has got a little bit something different, and it definitely does keep you engaged in what's going on. The graphics are, fairly standard, like 16-bit-ish looking. I don't have any issues with them. I think they complement the gameplay very nicely. Everything has a nice tactile feeling to it. The sound effects are just what they need to be. I like that the blocks take damage as you shoot them, and they aren't just, like, immediately from looking perfect to just breaking. I think that just adds a little bit of a sense of personality to the game environment. Probably wasn't necessary to do, but I like it anyway. So let's see if we can take out some of these spikes before they add up and then result in trouble for me. Trying to use my slow fall here semi-strategically. Of course, oh, okay, a little bit of a hitbox issue there. Didn't really mean to land on that. And the hitbox issue was with me landing on it, not with the hitbox being there. So progression is fairly random here. I mean, you do get good runs and bad runs. As you can probably tell, that last run seemed to get harder a lot faster than the first run. And that's fine. I mean, that actually goes really well for replayability. So if you have a particularly crappy run, you know, just try it again. You might have better luck. Of course, also, the order that the blocks fall in is somewhat randomized, if not completely randomized. So, yeah, that is also a factor. We've got to make sure that we try and just stay out of the way at the moments when we need to, dodge gauntlets of blocks when we need to, and try not to shoot the blocks that we are going to need for ground to stand on when possible. Make a nice little recovery there at the end. That should take out all of these blocks in one go. There we go. And we've got a waterfall of crystals. They really do remind me of the crystals from Cave Story. They look just like them. Which is good, because I actually really enjoyed the look and feel of those crystals. They had this, like, very pick-upable quality to them. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they just felt like they wanted to be interacted with. And we've got a rather slow-falling group of gauntlet-style blocks coming down at us. They're not coming down one by one anymore, as you can tell, so the game does try to ratchet up the difficulty. I'm not sure if it does it just over time, or randomly, or based on how well you're doing, or, you know, if you're picking up lots and lots of crystals versus floundering somewhat. There we go, I got a big gem. Oh, come on, I didn't mean to land on those spikes again. Anyway, I think you get the picture of that level. Let us go back to the main menu. Let's switch over to the ninja character, because I think I like him best so far. And of course, there are conditions to unlocking these. This one I have to get 3 or more stars in a single play. I guess stars are what we're calling the big gems, maybe? And then that one I need 500 or more block bits in a single play. Yeah, I'm not using the correct vernacular here. Or 6 or more jewels in a single play. Alright, so maybe stars are something different. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's try the ninja, though. On level 2, War of the Woods. This one has a much more laid-back musical sense to it, which I actually like this one just as much. And it reminds me a lot of Tetris Attack. I have a feeling they're probably trying to channel that feeling. I don't know if you remember, that was like an SNES puzzle game starring Yoshi. And essentially you were just supposed to swap blocks around, and there was like competitive modes and stuff. It was one of my favorite puzzle games, actually, from the SNES era. There weren't a ton of them to be spoken of, but like among the ones that there were, that was definitely up there. So the premise is the same for this level, of course. We're still going to be trying to do the same thing, but you will notice there will be some different, I don't want to use the word gimmicks, but essentially obstacles maybe is probably the more correct term here. But yeah, there will be obstacles, there will be chainsaws and like little spiky blocks, sort of like what was in the other level, but more with like a little bit of a Super Meat Boy quality to them. What is this one? Oh, there's one of the chainsaw blocks. There are also some other ones we didn't see, variations, I believe, in the first original level. I don't know why I'm trying to shoot these, it's not going to do anything. There was like a jumpy platform that I don't think has fallen yet. I don't know, hopefully we'll see a good variety of obstacles. Oh, there's the gap. You gotta not panic, because oh, okay, even if you don't end up with a gap to jump through, most of the time you can actually jump through them as they're falling if you're fairly skilled. So again, instead of a slow fall, this character has a double jump, which is actually a very useful skill to have. Alright, there's a spike ball block. And a double... Oh, okay, I didn't mean to kill that block on top of me like that. That was not a good idea. Let's see if I can get down to the bottom and... Oh, that was a real bad idea. Alright, well, I wasn't thinking very hard there because I fell immediately onto the spikes. Let's do that one more time. And maybe after 1 or 2 more plays of this, we'll go ahead and try one of the challenges, and I think we'll be good to wrap it up. Thankfully, this game is not particularly complex, and I say that thankfully because it's... I don't want to say that I prejudged it in a way, but like I felt like I had a feeling there was going to be a lot of complex game mechanics to have to stack on top of the jumping and avoiding blocks, and it seems like most of them you can wrap your mind around very quickly, so the thankfully is just coming from my personal perspective as a gamer. I didn't want to be too overwhelmed, and I think the game actually tends to ride a very nice balance between gameplay accessibility and challenge. And I find myself very quickly addicted to this, so that is kind of the sweet spot that you're usually looking for when you make a game. This could be a problem. Oh geez, they're putting chainsaws everywhere. How am I going to do this? Okay, well let's jump over this, and we'll negotiate over here. Maybe there's a way I can deal with them from this angle. Yep. Alright, things are working out now. Alright, there's one of those spring blocks. They don't have any effect on the blocks themselves, but just me when I jump on them. There are a lot of blocks for me to break now. Let's try and do that. There will be tons and tons of gems and crystals and such. Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest combos I've ever done. I both like leveled up and leveled down at the same time there. And those crates are getting crushed. So you'll see now my level on my weapon has upgraded my actual weapon to look different as well as be more powerful. As you noticed probably with the original gun, that one got 2 beams. This one you're throwing out like a combo of 3 shuriken at the same time. And I took a very poor move into that chainsaw. But I did unlock a new level called Retro Relic, which I am actually quite eager to go try out right now. As well as check out my score on the leaderboard. Is still not doing too well. I'll continue to get better, trust me. Let's try out the Jetpack Man and see how he does. I don't think he's going to be my favorite guy, but I am curious to see what his weapon's going to be in a Retro Relic. Controls are very accessible, by the way, if you're wondering. I mean, it's just simply, you know, D-pad on the controller or, you know, arrow keys on the keypad, and then we've got right trigger on the 360 controller to shoot, and left trigger for a special attack, I believe it is. Or just hold down A for most of them as well for the special, you know, maneuverability moves, it seems. The game does hot swap between 360 controller and keyboard, which is a lovely quality that I'd love to see more games do. This level has a definite Super Crate Box feeling to it, and this guy is super duper slow, and he actually seems to have the weapon of the original character. So I think I'm still erring towards the side of the ninja character. What is this guy going to do? It's a spinning turret, and he's going to shoot in all directions. There's the TNT blocks. I don't like those. They're quite dangerous, in fact. If one of the blocks lands on top of it and you happen to be in close proximity, you'll see what happens. Yeah, they explode, and I believe they can even shoot shards of, like, pseudo-shrapnel at you. So I definitely don't want that to happen. There's my break, okay. Everything is fine. Let us get... Oh, I didn't make it out in time. This guy is so slow. I definitely think I'm better off with the ninja. But still, I did want to try out all the characters if possible. And let's not blow myself up over the blocks here, over the spikes, I mean. Oh, we got a gem. I believe the gems are cumulative. You can collect a certain amount. Oh, landed right on my head and exploded. You can collect a certain amount each time, and I believe that's going to proceed towards your unlocks next time as well, which is great. I mean, it gives you a little bit of a sense of progression each time. So we've unlocked Tower Down in the challenges. Let us go check out some challenges real quickly. Go back out to the main menu. And I'm not going to be able to demo out the multiplayer, unfortunately, but I have a feeling it's going to be just fine. Let's try out a chainsaw run. See how that looks. I guess you get your default guy, or you get whoever you last picked. I'm not sure what's up with that. So you just gotta watch where these chainsaws are gonna pop up, and try to not be standing on those tiles if possible. Hopefully this isn't gonna get too chaotic. I have a feeling, though, it's gonna result in eventually there being exactly one place to stand, and that was not so good. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do much better than that. Let's try again. There is an obvious tell, of course, I'm sure you noticed. In that, oh, okay, it sent me to the other guy. Maybe it's random which one you get? Oh, come on. I didn't even have a chance to move yet. Maybe I should not talk so much and just try and concentrate on not dying. Alright, I got Slow Fall Man. Probably don't want to be standing in between 2 blocks. I think that's probably a bad idea. My chances are going to grow ever slimmer. And I can actually hover in the air, which is going to give me just enough time to hopefully avoid whatever incoming death there will be. And I just want to keep moving, keep watching for wiggles underneath my feet. And they should show up. Whoa! Okay, barely made it out of that one. And back over here. Just sort of want to keep it in the back of my mind where the chainsaw is just finished existing and try and be on those tiles as soon as possible. Alright, things are going much, much better this time. Yeah! I am a winner. I can beat the chainsaw challenge. Hooray! What did I get? Congratulations, chainsaw challenge complete. Alright, that's cool. So now it turns yellow, and you can see that I've finished it. So I actually have to play through the standard single-player mode to unlock all these challenges and then try and ace all of those. I'm gonna guess probably one of the secret characters is tied to unlocking all the challenges and then beating all of them. I kind of wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest. There's also a ton of Steam achievements. There's a total of 6 different worlds to explore, 8 playable characters, and there's apparently a massive final boss to fight. So there is a lot to this game, and I have a feeling I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time with it myself. But that is going to wrap up our pretty short video of Super Puzzle Platformer Deluxe. If you want to check out the free version, there will be a link to that, as well as the purchase link for the Steam version right in the description of this video. So make sure you head on over there and try it out. That way, if you have any doubts, you can alleviate those for yourself. I always kind of say, like, if you ever want to know about your opinions of a game, don't trust me. Just play it yourself if it's possible. It's just, you know, not every game has demos, so you want to take advantage of it when you can. But that is going to pretty much do it, guys, so thank you so much for watching. As always, remember to head on over to my website, which is indie-impressions.com, for all the old episodes archived neatly and categorized and sorted. You can check them out by distribution method, by platform, by payment style, whatever it is you're into. You can even sort them by genres, or if you have a favorite developer, type it into the search box. It's all going to show up there for you. It's nice and convenient. I've also got a Facebook page for the series called facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you'd like to head on over there and leave a like, it's up to you. It only takes a second, but it does help me out, and then you'll get every day's new video delivered into your Facebook stream, as well as news updates, contests, and game giveaways on occasion. Haven't done one of those in a while, but it's probably about time pretty soon. I'll work on aggregating a few codes, possibly, to see if I can do some giveaways. Other than that, though, I've also got a Twitter handle, which is @RockLeeSmile, and if you're in the need to contact me for any reason, if you're maybe an indie developer and you'd like to contact me about possibly showing off your game on the channel, quickest way to reach me is to either tweet me at that hashtag, the @RockLeeSmile that I just mentioned, or if you want to go over to the website, indie-impressions, there is a contact form. You can send me email. It is probably the quickest way to get in touch with me. So, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you'll come back again tomorrow for yet another awesome indie game, and please do leave me any support you can, whatever that might be. That is up to you, but I do appreciate every little bit of it, and make sure you let me know your opinions on this game as well. I'd love to hear from all of you, and that is going to do it. Thank you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening.